This is Lee with 82 Game and 12 here on YouTube channel Sons of Liberty 75. We're back with Glory and Empire First Victories, Wellington vs. Napoleon, Lock and Load Publishing, designer Terry Doherty. We are in the 12 o'clock turn, the noon turn, and the last video we had the British phase, the British turn, and now we have the French phase, the French turn. So let's get right to it. And get going. So, first off, we have the recovery segment. So we'll go around and roll for recovery on these units that are capable. So this unit here this is out of control is shaken. Okay, and so they will roll. So minus 10. I rolled a 58. Minus 10 is a 48. So they're going to pass. So they go to just disordered. And let's see. They are part of one of two. They may not be out of order anymore. Yeah, they're going to be in order. We'll go ahead and remove that. Now we go to these units back a little further that we've got some that are routed. Let's put a little block here so we know. Okay, so we've got this unit here that's routing, minus 20. I rolled a 34, becomes a 14. They will be removed from the map, which is going to be tough. It's going to be tough on the, I want to be able to now move this so I can put it up like so. Three, 5. Okay. Okay, and then we've got the one that's right here, which has Leçon. So that's going to be a plus 5. Minus 20 is going to be a minus 15. I rolled a 67. So minus 15 will be a 52. Okay, so they're going to pass. Now, I believe they just jumped straight to shaken. Yes. So they are now just shaken. We can actually turn them around here. So it's a good thing I had, well, they still would have passed because 67 minus 20 is a 47. But having that leader there did give me a little bit more breathing room on the die roll. So, okay. So we've got this shaken unit here, minus 10. Rolled a 61, becomes a 51. So now they're just disrupted, disordered. We go to here. 1, 2. He's in order now. Okay, this artillery unit here, minus 5. Oh, I rolled a 15. So they're going to stay as they are. None of those guys. Okay, now this unit here is in a zone of control. This unit's in a zone of control. This unit. So we have to go past all of them. Move these out of the way. To, we'll go with this unit right there, this unit. Okay, that artillery unit. Rolled a 22, so no, they're not going to be recovering. Not this unit, but this unit here. -5. 74, they're going to recover. Not that unit. This unit back here that has the yellow disc, because I ran out of morale markers. So they're actually, yellow means they're shaken. So -10. 65, they passed. So they go to that. Okay, we've got this unit back here that's routing. I got who know with them. So that's +10, -20 is the -10. And I rolled a 14, so they're going to be gone. Even with a no there to try to keep them where they're at, didn't work. Oh, that's not good. We just did that one. So now we go to this unit here. $43, no. They're not going to recover. Let's see what this unit here, he's okay. Unit down here. This one here, he's disordered. -5. I rolled a 47, becomes a 42, so yes, he's a better quality troop. This unit. And let's see, 2-1. Where's their leader at? Not there. So he'll be in order now. Okay, so these units here are in a zone of control, so they can't. Now we're going to move over to this unit here that's spent. Now, also during the recovery segment, we have cavalry recovery phase. So as I'm going through here, I might as well take care of them. And I need to check, see, I don't know if they're able to recover when you're in a zone of control, fatigue there on your cavalry. I need to look that up. This unit here will recover fatigue. So will this unit here, but they also have to roll for morale. -5. 20, they're going to stay disordered. Okay, then we go to this unit. Now let me check on the cavalry, and it's going to be under the let's see, that's probably going to be 13-2. It just says that stacks that have a spent marker remove one such marker each friendly cavalry recovery phase. Doesn't say anything about if they're in a zone of control. Let me go back over here. I guess that's going to be different than than if different than morale. It's so I guess they go ahead and do recover. So let's go ahead and remove one of these spent markers. Okay, this unit here will remove a spent marker and also roll -5, roll to 94, so they recover their morale. They're still spent though. 2C, what's his range? 3? He's not out of command anymore. Let's go to this one that's broken. That's going to be, shoot. -15, 94. Okay, so they are now just shaken. Okay, and then here we'll remove that. Leader gives a +2, so it'll be a -3. 56, they're going to recover. All right. This guy doesn't have any skirmishers out. Here we've got low ammo. This unit. And I think he wants to fire at this stack here. It's got artillery and infantry. I think this one does too. But that's what we're going to fire at. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, range of 4. So that's going to be effective range. And let's see, they're not in any kind of protective terrain. So it'll be a strength of 4. Now a 14, which is going to put him out of ammo. So, out of ammo. And let's see here. The next you've got this artillery unit here. Now, if we put it like that, you can hit either one of those. Well, you can't see it, can you? You have to get over the top here. Be looking down. So, I think it actually shows it like that. So it's placed here instead of on top. However, if you're firing from, say, line, okay, so say he turns like so, then for some reason it's placed on top. But he'll have to turn in order to fire, so that's what he'll do. But the thing is, that unit is in the way, so he's not going to be able to fire. Okay. All right, so let's go into these guys here, firing here. So they've got a strength of 1. Okay, they're skirmishers. -1, so they're going to be firing at us with a strength of 0 right here. .33 is not enough. So let's go to here. Shaken. Firing there. He's in column, so he just has a strength of 1. It's going to have a strength of 0. Oh, 85. That'll be morale check. Well, they rolled a 81, so they're going to pass. Okay, and then here, same thing. He's just going to have a strength of 1. He's got a skirmisher, so. And he's firing just straight ahead. Going to have a strength of 0. 70. That's going to be a morale check. And they rolled a 26. So they are going to go to shaken, and I'd be forced to fall back. Okay. This unit here has a skirmisher. No, I just fired with him. What am I doing? Can't fire twice. He's done. I gotta go to this guy. He's got a skirmisher. He's firing at an SCD. It's gonna be 0. 53 is not enough, so nothing there. This guy with an SED and rifled units can fire here. He's got a strength of 2. Firing at an SED is -2. Yeah, so he's going to be at 0. 50, no effect. Okay, this artillery unit right here is going to fire straight ahead, I guess, right here. So he'll be firing at a strength of 0. .58's not enough, so no effect. So we go with this skirmisher, firing here. Is he in the scrub? No. So that's going to be strength of 1. 31 is not enough. We go to this unit with a skirmisher. He's going to fire right there 2. He, however, is going to be at a 0. 85 will be a morale check. And to roll to 46, he passes. I'm going to fire here with this SED unit. So let's see, there's 7 units there. Have a skirmisher -1, so he'll have a strength of 1. 70 is a morale check, and it's 38. And they have a -10. So I think they're going to break. Yes. All right, so they will break. They're going to be broken. And they will go right back. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Left a big hole there, maybe to be exploited. Okay, he doesn't have anybody within range. He's here. 1, 2, no. 1, 2, no. So we would just go to this guy here, and he'll fire right there straight ahead. Skirmisher is at a strength of 0. 87 would be a morale check, and they got a 16, which means they are going to go broken. Even with the leader there. So they are broken. Let's see if I can find a broken marker. Turn him around this way. Okay, this I think that's going to be it. Okay, so now we have the British artillery phase, and let's see here. We have an artillery unit right here. And I think they're going to fire right here at this unit. Got a skirmisher. He's in line. What? He ought to be having SED. He's got a 4. Okay, so that's going to be -2, which means, but they're in column. That's a +1. Plus it's range of 2. Okay, which is going to be canister, which is +3. So that's going to be a 4. An 8. No effect. Wow, missed opportunity there. All right, the other artillery unit that they have is right here. Well, I thought, no, they actually have 2. There's 2 right here. So this one and this one. And so this one here is going to fire right there. Okay, they're in column, that's +1. Canister range +3, that's 4. Plus their strength of 2. So they're at 6. I roll a 44. That's going to be a morale check -10. Rolled a 7, so they're going to become shaken and fall back. I guess I got to pace the same way. Okay. Then this unit can fire at them. They have a strength of 2. Now it's not canister though, but strength of 2. They're in column, +1, so that's 3. They rolled a 3, which is going to put them low ammo. Okay. Pull back here. That ends the artillery phase. Movement segment, and we have no attack orders. So if they want to move adjacent, they have to pass a morale check. Let's see here. We'll start over here. So they want to throw out an SED back here. Surely we got more of those. Yeah, here's one. Okay. And he's going to move up. So 1, 2, 3. you the leader. I don't have to move him with him. He wants to go somewhere else. Okay, so he starts there. He's out of command, really. So he'll only have 4. He can only move 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should put him back in command. But presently he's out of command. Okay. The song wants to move up. So he wants to get close enough to both of his leaders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he'll go to here with his artillery. Okay. This SCD unit here. He just wants to turn and put up an SCD. Throw out some skirmishers. Okay. Let's see, this is out of ammo, so he'll have to flip. That costs 2. No. To limber costs 4. French infantry. French foot artillery has 7, so they can go. So that would be 4, and then 5, 6, 7 goes to there. It's moving to get to a road. And then Solinak will just go right here with this unit. We'll stay where he's at. Here, if he were to change to line, yeah, change to line. But when he does that, I think he is susceptible to, of course, he's got to do a morale check. Or a disorder check, I guess, what they call it. Yeah. Okay, it costs 2. Okay. So this unit here is going to do a formation change. We're going to go to line. But it would have been nice if one side of the counter was column, the other side was line, like some other games, because pieces get moved, and it's not too bad if you say, well, the British are always in line and the French are always in column, but in this kind of instance, this French unit wants to go to line, so they turn and face that hex side. Okay, but they're going to have to pass a morale once they finish their movement, but they want to move adjacent. So let me look at the rule real quick here. We're talking about zone of control. There it is. Okay. Combat units may advance after, okay. Combat units must stop moving when they voluntarily enter an enemy zone of control. Infantry that does not have an assault marker must pass a morale check to enter enemy zone of control. All right, so we got to roll. So they changed the line. We don't roll for that yet because we're going to roll at the end of movement for that. So they changed the line, and so now we got to see if they can actually move in there. I rolled a 15, so no. And they become disordered. And then I have to roll because they changed formation. So now they can actually go to shake and be forced to go back. And they do. They're forced back. And they're shaking. They were there, now they go back to there. But it would be nice to have something I don't use this blue. Let's just put a blue. Put a blue. That tells me that they're in line. Okay. Now, I want to get some of these guys out of here. So this unit wants to leave that zone of control. It costs 2 to leave. So, but they're going to get fired on. Okay, so they turn. And so this unit here is getting fired on by this SED unit here that It's disordered. So their strength is actually going to be a 2. The target is in shrub, so that's going to be -1. So it's going to only have a strength of 1, but they're firing at a unit in column, so that's a +1. So now we're back to 2. 14, no effect. Okay, so 2 to change into, 2 to leave the enemy Zoc. Okay, so 2, 3. Let's see, where's their leader at? Who's this? Okay, let's see. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're going to turn around right there. Okay. All right. This unit here should have rolled because they're not. I guess if he's facing that way, he'd be in the line. Or, you know, sort of. Okay. Guess he'll just stay there. And Kellerman, the rest of these guys are just going to stay here. Kellerman is now going to send these guys in. And they're going to pop up with their skirmishers. And these guys are pretty tough dudes. Okay, their morale is 30. Okay, but then you got this subscript right here, a 3. That's 3 skirmishers. So they could throw out a strength of 3. Okay, or they could go to line and have a strength of 5 firepower. So this one's going to go 1. When he goes to right there, he can get fired on by this unit here. So this skirmish unit right there is going to fire at him. Okay, so skirmisher, strength of 1, against a skirmisher, -1, so that's their 0. However, the target is in column, so that's +1. 47 is not going to be enough. Nope, no effect. Okay. So now this unit needs to roll to see if they can move into that adjacent into their zone of control. Which, wait a minute, I think they're facing, they would have to be facing this way. That. So he goes here, he goes into the scrub, and he'd have a little bit more protection. Either way, okay. A 10, so no, we can't go in there. And he's disordered. All right. was trying to go into there without unit. So now we got this unit here. This unit is going to go into line. Go into line. That costs 2. So move to here. This unit here firing at him. But, wait a minute. He can go into line and he can still throw out his skirmishers, which he has a strength of 3. So I don't know that I need to go. Yeah, I don't need to go to, I don't want to go to line. We're just going to throw out the skirmishers and go at them. So moves to here, and this unit here can fire. Okay, right here. All right, so this is one of Kellerman's units. They threw out the 3 skirmishers. Okay, got the SED unit over here. They have a strength of 3, but they're disordered, so that's -1. They're firing through this shrub, so that's going to be another -1. So they're at 0. Targets in a column, so that's going to be +1. 62 is going to be a morale check, but they passed with an 84. Now they have to roll to see if they, ooh, they got a morale of 27. See if they can move into there. Rolled an 80. So shrub cost infantry +2. Okay, they already moved 1, so that's 3. Okay, 1, and then to move into there is 2. So that's 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they moved to there. All right, Kellerman still got some more units back here. So let's pull back to where they're at. Kellerman's here with them. So the top guy there, he's going to throw out his skirmishers. The strength of 3. So that's 1. And then 2. Of course, this guy can fire at him right here. So shrub -1 because he's firing through it. Skirmisher. Well, I guess, yeah. The target's not actually in the shrub. And the skirmisher would be like he was standing in the shrub. So really, I guess it shouldn't be a -1. I shouldn't have had a -1 over here with this other guy. So it's just going to be, he'll be at 0 +1 for the target being in column. Rolled a 9, no effect. And then they have to roll to see if they move in. And they do with a 79. So they move to there. And then Kellerman with this other unit that's going to throw out their skirmishers. And they're just going to move to right there. This unit here that's disordered is going to throw out a skirmisher. And let's see here. Where's his leader at? Right here. Where's this guy? Yeah, yeah. I think he's supposed to be facing like this way. Okay. So I do want to turn this guy over. This guy's got somebody in his Zoc. This guy doesn't. So this guy can actually fire there. Actually fire at that for changing formation. Okay, so this SED unit's firing here. He's got a strength of 3. But he's firing at artillery alone in a hex. That's -1. So he's going to have a strength of 2. 46 is no effect. No, that's a 64. So that's going to be a morale check. And they failed. So that's going to be disordered. And I guess I'm already out of disordered markers again. Okay. Okay. This guy, how did he get turned? All right, so he wants to move in. What happened here? It's like we got guys got moved or something. Oh no, he wasn't there. see, what is the artillery's reaction zone? Let's see, what is it? Maybe they don't have one. Maybe it's only when the unit's leaving. Pretty sure it's also when they move in. Okay, so artillery has an extended reaction fire capability. Combat units moving into, changing formation within, or leaving the enemy zone of control of artillery trigger reaction fire. So it takes place immediately before the triggered unit completes the triggering action. Okay, so and the only reaction they can do let's see here, I believe is we got reaction charge, retreat movement, leader movement. Units that trigger a reaction may not themselves make a reaction. Okay. So you have reaction fire, reaction formation change. Okay. So there's no reaction movement. So this unit can move here, but to do that, they've got to pass a morale check. So they have a 41, and I rolled a 47, so they passed. Okay, so they move here, and then they're attacked by this unit here. So this SED has a strength of 3. This one has SED skirmishers. So that's going to put them at -2. So it'll have a strength of 1, but the target is in columns. So +1 is going to be a strength of 2. 60. Strength of 2. It's going to be a morale check. I rolled a 43. got a 41, so they just passed. So they stay where they're at, right there. And then, let's see, this guy here. Here's his leader right there. He's going to move to here and there right behind him. And then, let's see, this guy here is actually out of command, I think, because his leader's back here, and his leader only has a range of 2. So he's out of command. This unit's not. We're going to move 1 here, and then they're going to get fired at by that artillery there. Okay, that artillery has a strength of 2. It's going to be canister. That's +3. So now they're at 5. Column is 6. Skirmisher will subtract 1. So we're at a strength of 5. 38. It's going to be a morale check. I rolled a 38. Let's see what they have. 36, so they passed. Now, they've got to roll to see if they can move in. 71 they can. So, they move to there, which blocks this guy. So, he is going to flip over. So that's 4. Let's go up this way. 4. This guy's got to be on that side of the river. This guy's low ammo. See what, this guy's just going to prolong right back into there. This guy here will go to the road right there. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Okay, so he went from here over to here. Let's see here. And then he's going to move to the artillery unit there. One, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. There. Goes out of command. Just stay where he's at. See, his leader's right here. So one, he'll get fired at by this guy here. This has got a skirmisher. So that's going to be 1, -1 because he's shaken, -1 also for having the skirmisher, +1, so it'll be at 0. 50 is not enough. Okay. So now he's got a pass to see if he can move into the zone of control. No. And he becomes disordered, so he can't move in. This guy is going to move 1, 2. Now he'll be fired at by this guy. Again, we've got the same thing. -1, -1. He's only got a strength of 1. And then infantry +1, or in column +1. So it's at 0. 74. Morale check. He rolled a 57. That's a pass. Now he has to roll to see if he can get into the zone of control. 99. Yes, he can. So he'll move to right there. This guy wants to move in here with him. Well, no, don't think so. He'll stay right here where he's at. Okay. So let's go to the cavalry over here. All right, so they want to look, well, who know here, I need to put him somewhere. Who know, I'm going to move him over here. So let's see, for a leader, stream is just +1, and then up 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, he'll go right there. Okay, so now we focus on the cavalry over here. This one here wants to pull back, so he's going to leave. As he does, he's going to get fired on. This unit here, skirmisher unit's going to fire at him. Strength of 1, +1, affects firing at cavalry, so that's a strength of 2. $69. Morale check, and they failed, so they become shaken. So they fall back to there. And of course, the leader can go back further. Well, I'll just leave him where he's at. Okay. He's going to pull back 1, 2 to there. And they don't want to move. These guys are fine. Nobody really wants to move. Can't charge anyways. Okay, so that takes care of the movement. And we don't have any charges or assaults. We don't have reserve movement. So that will be the end of this turn. And so let's pull back here a second and see. Okay, so we have this artillery unit that's attempting to make its way over here to be able to fire upon the squares. And probably could use maybe another artillery unit, but that's what we've got so far. We had an opening form here along the line, and there's some weak units here. So shaken back there, broken unit there. So there's an opportunity, and of course they're moving in here to take out this artillery unit, but they're going to get blasted. And then we'll see what Kellerman can do with his troops here that have now moved in, and we'll begin to try to put some pressure on the British line. So that's the completion of the noon turn, and the next video will pick up at 12:20. So if you're a tactical player, then this is definitely, especially if you're into Napoleonics, this is definitely a system that you want to get involved in. I've already done plenty of praise on the mechanics of the different unit types. I think the way the skirmishers are dealt with is the best of any Napoleonic game. Terry Doherty has solved that part of Napoleonic warfare for gaming at the tactical level. It was kind of a difficult mechanic to make seem realistic or historical. And other games either just left them out, or sometimes they were too powerful, sometimes they were just a nuisance. But here they feel historical. And I think they are well handled in the mechanics and the gameplay. And just the combat overall, I think I'm very pleased as a player and someone that has done a lot of studying on history, done a lot of reading. I taught history at the high school level for a number of years. I only lack a few credits to have a minor in history. And in Texas, if you're a teacher and you've passed a test to be qualified to teach it, then you can go back and take any other test, or at the time that I was going through, you can take any other test if you can pass it. This is the state certification test. If you can pass it, then you can teach that subject, you get certified. And so that's what I did. I have a English minor and a physical education major. And so after I passed those certifications, I just went back and took the history test, which of course it cost you over $100. I don't know what it is now. Probably over $200, who knows? But I guess new teachers know, because they've got to take those tests. It's expensive to become a teacher. And I never made more than $52,000. Never made more than $52,000 in the 15 years that I taught. And only broke 50, let's see, I think 1 year. Yeah. I think I broke 50,000 in just 1 year that I taught out of the 15. And we won't talk about the number of hours. And if you take what my paycheck and divide it by the number of hours I put in, it's sad. It's so sad. Because I was a coach and I spent a lot of time at games and traveling and practices and so forth. So it was like a couple dollars an hour. So if you think teachers are paid too much, you apparently don't know the truth. And, one of the reasons I get out, too much work and not enough pay. Well, next video will be the start of the 12-20 turn. So come on back, see what happens.